Hello. I know I've had this YouTube channel for months and I haven't posted. Also, ignore how I look. I'm just not on the best of days, but I just want to get this filmed. So I wanted to post something on here and I decided I want to read some Reddit stories. So I opened my own Reddit community, which was I'll have it in the description, but it's r/Erin stories. If you have any kind of stories that you want me to read on here, please go submit them to my Reddit. If you head to my TikTok, which is in my description, I'll show you a tutorial on how to post on there and my Reddit. But basically I'm still waiting for some stories because I know I have some coming on there, because people have told me that they're going to put them on there, so I am just currently waiting on some. But I want to post a video, like a Reddit video, and just get a video out there and get it sorted to start this off. So today I'm going to be reading Let's Not Meet and Am I the Arsehole stories off Reddit. So I'm gonna go get my computer, get the stories up, and let's read them. Hi, I'm back. I've got two Am I the Arseholes, I've got two Let's Not Meet. I'm gonna read the story. I've not read any of them yet. I'm gonna read the story and then if there's like an interesting top comment, I'm gonna read the top comment to you guys, and then I'm gonna give you my opinions, and I'm just gonna move on. My dog is here with us. Yeah, so we're gonna start off with an Am I the Arsehole. It's pretty short. Am I the Arsehole? I ate an entire cake by myself in a single day. This was only posted 4 hours ago, so it's pretty recent. Yesterday was my 27th birthday. I haven't had a birthday cake for many years because my wife felt that it would go to waste, considering it's just the two of us at home, so she would just buy 2 slices of cake, one for her and one for me. This time, however, I wanted a cake for my birthday. I've been feeling down lately and thought that maybe a birthday cake would uplift my mood. I had 3 birthday cakes this year. It was my birthday a month ago and I had 3. So I asked my wife if she would bake me one of her famous plum cakes. She usually makes it for girls' nights and family potlucks, etc. She agreed on the condition that I'd have to finish the entire cake and not waste any of it because she'd only be able to eat 1 slice of it. I happily agreed to her condition and she got on to baking the cake. Yesterday morning, we cut the cake and she had a slice for breakfast. She then said that I'd have to finish the cake by the end of the day because she didn't want any cake leftovers. I managed to finish the rest of the cake during the course of the day pretty easily. When my wife came to know that I had finished the cake, she started scolding me, calling me greedy and a pig. She said she didn't think I'd be such a glutton and finish the entire cake all by myself. She also said she'll never make cake for me again. Am I the arsehole? Also, I forgot to mention, I stutter. I have a stutter. I stutter and stammer and struggle. I'm a good reader, but I do struggle sometimes saying it out loud. So apologies if I stutter or stammer or anything. So the top comment, not the arsehole. Your wife clearly wanted to prove you were a glutton for wanting a whole cake and not being able to finish it, therefore wasting food. You proved her wrong, so now she's angry. Also, cake can last more than 1 day. Yep. And it seems like a test, and I don't let her tell you can't eat things. We're now going to read a Let's Not Meet. This is a kind of long one, but really not too long. Some guy held a knife to my back over some cheap bottle of knockoff Baileys. This is a phobia. This is a nightmare. This is scary. Let's read it. I was working at my first ever job in retail. I was around 20 years old. It was a busy morning, 9 a.m, somewhere mid-December, hence why it was so busy. I was working the checkouts as per usual, scanning items, ringing up customers and all that jazz. About an hour into my shift, I was serving an elderly man who bought just a handful of items. After giving him his subtotal, another guy behind him, smelling of booze, stretched out handing me cash. I kindly told him I wasn't serving him, I was serving the man in front of him. Then I looked down and saw he was buying some cheap knockoff branded Baileys, some booze, and of course I figured out this guy is wasted. Just as I was taking payment from the elderly man, I was planning in my head how I was going to tell the next guy that I could not sell alcohol to him as he's already drunk, as this was my first job and I never encountered this sort of thing before. I hate to interrupt the story, but I have like a story that's kind of related to this. I was in France, and this is why I understand the rule that you can't sell alcohol to people who are already intoxicated, but it's also a very dangerous rule because people will kick off about it, and especially if they're intoxicated. And one of my nana's friends used to have a house in France. We were in a bar one summer, like years ago, and it's like pretty late at night. It was like 9-10 p.m. and this guy came in completely wasted, like he couldn't even walk. And there was a young girl. She was like, she just started working there. She looked like she just turned 18, like she was so young. And she was working the bar, and he was like, oh, can you give me like a pint of whatever beer? And she's like, I'm sorry, I can't serve you, you're already intoxicated, I cannot serve you. And he just started trying to start a physical fight with this girl and was kicking off. And the poor girl was like, it was her and a very young boy who looked a similar age who had also just started working there. They were the only people working there at the time, and like, it's dangerous. Yeah. So I finished serving and now onto the drunk guy. I looked around in hopes to find another colleague or my manager, but not one in sight or available to help. So I looked at the man, and just before I opened my mouth, I felt like someone grabbed a fistful of my hair and something sharp poking me in the back. And of course, a man whispered in my ear, to which I also smelled alcohol in his breath. Fun! Serve my mate. He pushes, which I'm assuming was a knife, hard into my back. Now, this sounds British. In complete shock, I said nothing, just scanned the bottle, took the cash, and they were gone. I quickly turned around to my colleague working checkouts behind me, but all they did was look at me and asked if I was okay, completely unaware what just happened. Then I went for my break. I see my manager pass by, so I rushed over to him and told him what just happened. All he did was laugh because he thought I was joking, but criticised me for selling alcohol to someone under the influence. Whatever that sharp object that was in my back cut me. Before my break, I could feel blood running down my back, and it was sore. Of course, couldn't see blood as my uniform is black. I screamed, it's true, it did happen. I turned around and lifted my hair, as I have very long hair. Lift up my shirt or get a female colleague close by to do it. This guy fucking sliced me. But the manager just said, ew, no, I don't want to see you lift up your shirt, and just walked away staring into his phone. Well, I did not return to finish my shift. I snuck out the store, took a taxi and went home. My mum cleaned up my bag and dressed it, and the next morning she called work to tell them I will not be returning as the manager's incompetence to take action when I could have almost been stabbed over a bottle. What the fuck? The top comment here says, should have rang the police as they most likely would have known who it was from the CCTV, and honestly, I'd have gone to the hospital as she was struck with an unknown blade with God knows what on it, and should have had a HIV test done and been given antivirals to take just in case. With people like that, you never know how many times that blade has been used on, and on who. It's not like they would be sterilising it between attacks either. Okay, we've got another I'm on the arsehole. This is another short one, but I saw this one and I had to do it. I'm on the arsehole for not giving my sister her dog back. I think we should get an expertise judge on this one. A fellow dog. This is my dog, Lana. Okay, are you ready? Okay, let's read this. Okay, so the title is pretty bad, but let me explain. I, 28 male, have a sister, 21 female. She has severe depression, but she's going to therapy and getting medicated. She had a 1-year-old miniature poodle named Biscuit. A few months ago, her medication got changed and she went into a deep depression where she wouldn't even get out of bed. Her boyfriend pays for almost everything of hers. After a few weeks of the medication change, she called me and asked if I wanted her dog. I was a little concerned about her reasoning, but she explained she hated that her depression was rubbing off on her Biscuit and he didn't deserve that she wasn't able to take him out as much. I talked to my wife and we agreed to take him. She gave us everything, clothes, food, toys, etc. My children love him. She asked for daily pictures, I did as such, and she came and saw him about once a week, though most of the time she just cried. For the first month it was pretty hard on him because he was always looking for her, but after a while he got used to us and was a pretty happy pup. A few days ago my sister called and asked if she could have Biscuit back, that they had fixed the medication and now she's on the right doses and she made a mistake giving him away. I told her no, that he was a part of our family now and it would really hurt my kids doing that to them. She got all mad and said it was her dog and I had no right to keep him, but I corrected her by saying she gave me him. I've got multiple calls from my mum saying to give him back as well as her boyfriend on my aunt, but I don't think it's fair on me. She gave me him because she couldn't take care of him. I'm giving him a really good life. My wife agrees and she loves him so much and doesn't want to give him up either. So, I'm on the arsehole. I hate this guy. So the top comment, wait, so let me get this right. She has severe depression and her medication dosage got messed up, resulting in her becoming severely depressed. She went to you in that depressed state to take her dog because she knew she couldn't handle it. But when she came back with a clear mind and realised her mistake, are you going to tell her no? I understand your kids, but you could get any dog. That dog has bonded with her. She has bonded with that dog. Not giving that dog back to her will most likely put her in a depressive spiral. Last one, Uber driver stalker. So basically, like, if you're in the UK, like a taxi driver. I hate taxis. I will never get in a taxi by myself. I would much rather walk an hour than get a taxi. So this was a few years ago at this point. I called an Uber to head to this beach club my parents and I were apart from my house. The Uber driver picked me up and wouldn't stop talking to me about how he moved here from India. I didn't mind and I talked to him during the ride to be polite. He kept going down weird roads. Looking back, I think it was to talk to me for longer, but at the time he blamed it on his GPS. That's fucking creepy. I was too afraid to call him out on it. When he finally got me to my destination, I said goodbye and left the car. Little did I know he would park the car at the place I asked him to drop me off at and follow me down the beach. People at the beach club saw him following me and said nothing. Looking back, it makes me scared to think of how easily he got away with this, even with how weird it must have looked. He found me on the beach and started talking to me. He wouldn't stop. My hair was really getting on my nerves. He told me how pretty I was and how he was looking for a wife. I was too young and scared to feel like I could yell at him to go away. I just stood there hoping someone would notice how weird this looked and how scared I was. Then he leaves and drives away. Later that night I get a notification that he found me on Facebook and tried to add me as a friend. What the fuck? I deleted the app and blocked him. Since then I only use Lyft. Yep. I tried finding a number to get him blocked from Uber, but there was no phone number to call. So to this Uber driver, let's not meet again. The top comment here says, nobody's going to notice your discomfort and be your voice. You have to be that person. You are your voice. Stand up for yourself. Make a scene. Nothing bad will happen to you. You'll embarrass the arsehole. Say, get away from me. I don't want your attention. I didn't ask for this, etc. If you're waiting for the world to step in and help you, they will not, and you will always be let down. Even if you find a partner to defend you, creeps will sense it and catch you alone. You must learn to stand up for yourself. I say this with all the love in my heart as someone who has had a hard time standing up for herself once as well. Don't be afraid to make these people the odd man out and uncomfortable people when there are strangers all around you. You don't owe creepers your time. You are owed decency, privacy and respect, and where it isn't given by men, you take it back. Fuck them. I wish you the very best. I'm so sorry this happened for real. I've been there more times than I'd like to admit. Please take care. Okay, that is it for now. Oh my god, my hair. That is it for now. I hope you guys all enjoyed. My subreddit and all my social medias are in the description. So yeah, so go in, whatever, yeah. All that is in the description. So follow my TikToks. Everything is going to be in the description and my subreddit. Go submit your own stories to my subreddit. If my comments are on, I don't know if they are, but if my comments are on, comment any other videos you'd like to see from me. And yeah, I'll see you in a bit.